Everyone dreams of going viral, but it's not luck, it's strategy.
Virality is not random. It's a science, and today we're going to break it down. I'm going to show you the exact psychology, patterns, and formulas behind viral content so you can create videos, posts, and ideas that spread like wildfire in 2026.
Let's start with the first truth. Virality begins with attention. If you can't grab attention in the first 3 seconds, nothing else matters. Think about it. You're competing against millions of posts, and people are scrolling fast. You need something that makes them stop instantly. That's where the hook comes in. Your hook is the headline, the first line, the opening frame of your video. The stronger the hook, the longer people stay. A great hook creates curiosity, shock, or emotion. For example, "You've been brushing your teeth wrong for years," or "What happens if you never delete your search history?" These kinds of statements make people want to stay for the answer. Now, once you have attention, you need storytelling. Viral videos aren't random. They follow a structure. Think of it as setup, tension, and payoff. First, you introduce the idea or problem. Then you build tension. Why does this matter? Why should people care? Finally, you deliver a satisfying or surprising payoff. That arc is built into everything from TikToks to Netflix shows. Humans are wired for story, but here's a mistake most people make. They overcomplicate. Simplicity spreads faster. Viral content is easy to understand, easy to repeat, and easy to share. If someone has to pause and think too hard, they'll just scroll away. The clearer the message, the quicker it spreads. Now let's talk about shareability. Why do people actually hit that share button? The truth is, people share content when it makes them look a certain way. If it makes them look smart, funny, relatable, or inspired, they'll pass it on. Think about it. When you share a meme, you're saying, "This is so me." When you share a motivational clip, you're saying, "This is who I want to be." Your content needs to give people a reason to show it off. And then there's emotion. Emotion is the fuel of virality. If your content makes people feel nothing, it goes nowhere. The stronger the feeling, the faster it spreads. Joy, laughter, shock, anger, awe, these are emotional triggers that make people react. Even negative emotions can go viral. But be careful. Outrage spreads fast, but it's not always the kind of attention you want to build a brand on. Consistency is another key. One viral video can put you on the map, but if you stop posting, people forget you just as quickly. The creators who turn one hit into a career are the ones who keep showing up. Think of it like firewood. One spark lights the fire, but you need more logs to keep it burning. Let's talk about trends. Jumping on trends early is like catching a wave. You get a huge boost because the algorithm is already pushing that content. But if you copy too late, you're just another voice in the crowd. The trick is to balance trends with originality. Add your twist, your perspective, your style. That way, people remember you, not just the trend. Engagement is the currency of algorithms. Likes are good, but comments and shares are gold. The more people interact, the more the platform boosts your content. That's why you see creators asking questions, sparking debates, or encouraging duets and stitches. It's not by accident, it's strategy. Timing also matters. Posting when your audience is awake and active gives you a huge advantage. Most platforms reward early momentum, so if your video gets interaction in the first hour, it's far more likely to be pushed to a wider audience. Use analytics to find out when your people are online. Don't just post when it's convenient, post when it's strategic. Retention is the hidden key. Platforms don't just want clicks, they want watch time. If people stay until the end of your video, the algorithm notices. That's why pacing and editing are so important. Every few seconds, something should happen to keep attention. Cut the fluff, trim the pauses, and keep the energy moving. Captions are another secret weapon. Not only do they make your content accessible, but they also keep people engaged when they're watching on mute. A surprising number of people scroll with sound off, especially in public places. Adding text can increase retention dramatically. Sound design matters too. Music, effects, and voice all shape the vibe of your content. A dramatic soundtrack makes something feel epic. A funny sound effect adds punch to a joke. Even silence, used at the right moment, creates impact. Don't just think about visuals. Think about how it sounds. Now let's talk about speed versus perfection. A lot of creators never go viral because they spend too long polishing one video. By the time they post, the trend is over. In today's fast world, done is better than perfect. You can't predict which video will blow up, so the best strategy is to post more and learn from what works. Quantity creates quality over time. Another myth is that you need expensive gear. Some of the biggest viral hits were filmed on a phone. What matters is the idea, the execution, and the connection. Of course, better visuals help, but don't let lack of equipment stop you. Focus on clarity and creativity. Community is another overlooked factor. Viral creators don't just talk at their audience, they talk with them. They reply to comments, stitch fan videos, and build inside jokes with their followers. That connection makes people feel part of the journey. And when your audience feels ownership, they spread your content for you. Remember, virality is not just about numbers. It's about impact. 1 million views mean nothing if they don't lead anywhere. Ask yourself, what happens after someone watches? Do they follow you? Do they check your website? Do they remember your name? Going viral is only step one. What you build afterward is what really counts. So, here's the formula to remember. Grab attention fast. Tell a simple but emotional story. Make it shareable. Keep people watching, and post consistently. Mix trends with originality, use engagement to your advantage, and focus on building a community. And above all, experiment. The internet changes daily. What works today may not work tomorrow. But if you keep testing, keep creating, and keep learning, your chances of going viral increase massively. At the end of the day, going viral is a spark. What you do with that spark, that's the fire you build. Don't just aim for one viral hit. Aim to create content that connects, inspires, and keeps people coming back. That's how you don't just go viral, you stay viral.